Can you tell me what are you doing here?
Well, I came here to show my support for the North Korean refugees who've been forcibly repatriated by China and to be in solidarity with the dedicated people here who are protesting night after night.
Because of the sound. And what's the message you want to say to the PRC, People's Republic of China over there?
My message is China is a global power, and China should know that with power comes responsibility. And China also often says it wants to be respected, but it should know that it needs to earn respect. And it will only earn respect if it abides by its international obligations, not to send refugees back to a certain situation where they would be tortured or executed. And my other message tonight is also that the people who are protesting here tonight are not alone. There are many people from around the world who are protesting regularly. In the British Parliament last week, the British Parliament passed a motion expressing its outrage at China's policy of repatriation and urging China to stop this policy and to allow refugees to come through China and to go to third countries. So my message tonight is it's not just the people here, it's the whole world that is speaking out and protesting, and China needs to change its policy if it wants to earn respect in the world and if it wants to end the protests against it around the world.
The British government has its embassy in Pyongyang. So do you think you might have British government can have a lot of influence on both sides of the Amnok River, the North Korea and the China? How do you think of it?
I think the British government can have some influence, especially, as you say, because we do have an embassy in Pyongyang and there is a North Korean embassy in London. And although we are a small country, we are a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, just like China, and we're an influential voice in the European Union and in other international arenas. So yes, I think the United Kingdom can have some influence, but not alone. It needs to act with other countries and build up worldwide pressure on China.
Do you have any specific group to announce also to be in service for this cause of not to repatriate North Korean refugees from China? Do you have any specific groups in England?
We have the group that I work with, Christian Solidarity Worldwide, and of course there is a North Korean refugees group in the UK that is very active, and one or two other human rights organisations also, Amnesty International particularly. So yes, all of us are raising our voice in the UK, and now that the British Parliament has introduced a resolution, also several British members of Parliament have written to the Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao and to the Chinese Ambassador in London raising these issues. So yes, there is a lot of activity in the UK.
Do you have any specific agenda planned to do here while you are staying here now?
Yes, I'm here in Seoul for a number of different agendas related to North Korea human rights issues, not only the refugee issue, but also the North Korea human rights situation. So I'm meeting different groups here. This week I attended a conference organised by the Hans Seidel Foundation, and I'll be attending another conference in about 1 week's time, organised by the International Coalition to Stop Crimes Against Humanity in North Korea, ICNK. So a lot of different activities.
Do you think is it possible for us to stop them, the Chinese government, not to repatriate?
I think it is possible. It is going to be difficult. It's going to take a lot of hard work and persuasion and pressure. But I think nothing is impossible in life. And I think that we must appeal to China's reputation. China has changed a lot in many ways, and it has become a global power. But it needs to know that with power comes responsibility, and it needs to exercise that responsibility. Essentially, China needs to choose: does it want to live up to its international obligations and therefore improve its international reputation, or does it want to hold on to its agreement with North Korea and therefore damage its international reputation further? And I hope that China will choose the first option of trying to improve its reputation by living up to its international obligations, which are more important than its obligations to the North Korean regime.
Thank you very much for your comment.